breaking news, baby dolls. You are my friend, and I have a lot of crypto updates for you. We're going to hit it like a shotgun. Let's go. Number one, the judge has paused the corrupt SEC legal case against Coinbase. So this is huge news. So Judge Catherine, shout out to Kathy Boo out here. She's paused the SEC's lawsuit. She cited conflicts on the rulings of crypto's legal status. And she called it a novel issue requiring appeals court review. So this is earth-shattering news out here. Also, shout out to Dr. Hexologist, who we love from the PulseChain community. Now do it for Richard Hart. So this is big stuff to see, friends, because I didn't even know judges can do that. They're just going to like, you know what? We're just going to pause this whole thing. This is too much of a mess. That's beautiful to see, right? Because if they can't decide on these things, it's kind of showing you crypto needs updated regulation and laws. I've also got some other news as well, friends. So FUD has appeared because there's been more information about Richard Hart, which has come from some government news website thing. And pretty much what's basically, there's this article that's appeared, friends. Now, I forgot all the facts and stuff out here, but basically it implies that at some time, I think last year, Richard was actually temporarily arrested. I think it was either physically or basically I think they grabbed him, or I'm not sure if it was basically they grabbed him physically, or they said they did an arrest where they don't actually do it in person. They just said, oh, you're actually arrested, okay? Now, what this article basically says is they raided his home and they stole all the watches. So, yeah, the Finland government, obviously, friends, if you check out, I'm not just here to guess or anything. I'm just here to tell you, okay, Finland's debt to GDP has been like skyrocketing, okay? So is it a surprise that the Euro FinCucks over at Finland with their debt to GDP like skyrocketing, they literally hit the record highest debt ever for the nation. Is it a surprise that they are now just like raiding people's homes to go steal money that they think is theirs and stuff? So they think Rich is pretty much an easy target. Of course, they've done no research. They don't know there are 250,000 people in a community that represent all this. Also, Finland government with your lactating man titties out here, you don't own the Ethereum blockchain. So if Finland think that wallets that may have received funds on Ethereum blockchain, if they think that's counted as profit tax income, then basically what they're saying is they're owed money from literally every single ICO raise out there in crypto. So Finland government, you got to sit down. You act like little children out here. I don't think Donald Trump's going to like put you on the phone and be like, yeah, let me wire you all the taxes from all my citizens that may or may not have gone through any Finland wallets or people associated over there. So obviously your friends get to see there's it's just basically it's classic matrix stuff. They're basically it's matrix simulation stuff, as Andrew Tate pretty much says out here. They've obviously the governments are running out of money. They're getting more desperate to do these lactating man boob corrupt Interpol trash. But also, what they've actually said in the article as well, friends, this article, I've actually linked it here. I think they mentioned that Richard, he's no longer in Finland. So they raided him, and that's why a lot of people are basically alluding to, hey, this kind of explains why maybe he couldn't do a lot of the streaming and stuff out here. I'm showing you the monthly chart candle here. So, man, it's kind of funny. You see all these news. This was the SEC part. Okay, the SEC did this big candle, and this is like corrupt Interpol, this Finland stuff out here, but it's still moving within the triangle. So it's kind of crazy when you look at all of it, okay? I just want to give you an update as well. Bitcoin's price has been pooping. A lot of people are worried about this FUD and stuff coming down here. I'll just show you the daily chart here. It rejected off like this Fibonacci level, right? So you put Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. Everyone's just like zooming in on this. We're seeing Bitcoin drop down. That's pretty much reflecting the sentiment everywhere in altcoins. So yeah, once again, when it comes to this Richard Hand, this corrupt Interpol stuff out here, yeah, they said they've taken the wallets. It's kind of bullshit, man. Friends, they literally think that you and me, okay, that they own 30% of our coins, pretty much. They literally think that. They think that they literally own 30% of our coins. I'd say Finland government, you don't own shit. And yeah, go call up Vitalik, bro. Go call up Vitalik. Ask him to roll back the chain, because that's not business income. So it's pretty much if you put 2 and 2 together, friends, it seems like the corrupt SEC. They know they're going to lose. They've been working together. They're basically like, hey, like maybe you guys can go get him and try get money out here, and they're looking for easy targets and stuff out there. So I think people are putting the piece of the puzzle together. It just makes sense that corrupt SEC is getting blasted, so they're just trying to do some like last minute kidney shots. Now, what's interesting is this was the actual article writer that made the article out here, and I couldn't believe it, friends, because like look at this guy, friends. I'm just like I'm looking at him, and I'm like, dude, look at him, friends. Like I've got it written here. So Matrix Simulation brings this guy, okay? He looks like the most typical soy boy Finland guy, just writing this stuff. But it's a government writer, probably a soy boy journalist. Straight out of the movie script, programmed to write about PulseChain and Richard Heart community FUD. And I'm like, just thinking, man, I'll just imagine the Matrix Simulation writers in the background. They're like, you know what? Crank up the soy. Give him rosy cheeks. Make him look like a maggot. You know what I mean? Give him thick glasses. Even put the gap between his teeth, friends. You know, like it's like, do everything you can just to make him look like a character, just a guy you just want to hate. I couldn't believe I'm looking at him like, man, this is straight from the simulation, friends. Like, they literally just bring it like, yeah, like just, bro, you look like the bad guy here. You know, automatically people just look at this and they go, oh, this doesn't look like somebody's team I want to be a part of. Also, shout out to my friend Lord Zeno. You are gay. That's awesome, sir. That's awesome. I appreciate you. Now, there's also a shout out to Mr. Shill Gates. Shill Gates did a reply, friend. So Charles Hoskinson went on this other gay, Dave Groxstein, whatever his name is. Sorry, I forgot the surname. He went onto his stream. I think they asked him about PulseChain. I think the topic of PulseChain and Richard Hart came out, and then Charles Hoskinson basically called him a criminal. And then people said, hey, man, he's not a criminal. What are you talking about? And then Charles goes like, oh, no, he's wanted by the corrupt Interpol. And everyone's like, Charles, like, you're meant to be a man of principle. You know that's a load of BS. And I replied to Charles. I go, Chuck, bro, sit down. I go, Chuck, you know, if you were arrested here, bro, when Cardanzo was 98%, everyone called you a scammer. Chuck, you remember? Chica Crypto, everyone called you a scammer. Why? Your coin was down 98%. You were down against Ethereum. Everyone said you should go to jail. I remember that, okay? And then you got given the infinite QE money printing thing, and your coin went 100x, okay? So I can't believe he can't see 2 and 2 when it comes to this story. And yeah, I've even got it written in here as well. He's funny as well, friends. I just want to show you something. Charles Hoskinson replying to Brad. Brad Garlic Breath is right. He's seen taking a picture with Donald Trump. And he's like, wow, we had dinner with Donald Trump. And I'm just want to remind you, man, like, friends, Charles, okay, I love you, bro. It's okay. I'm just telling you, everyone. Like, Charles, there's hypocrisy, bro. Like, Charles Hoskinson, okay, Charlie, was shit-talking XRP since literally day one. Like, 7 years in a row, shit-talking XRP, shit-talking Ripple. I don't believe in their principles. Ripple are a plague on the society of crypto. No, we shouldn't do it. This is over and over and over again. What happens? In June of 2023, Cardanzo gets called a security from the SEC. Chuck, with his back against the wall, he needs lawyer support. So what does he go do? He actually publicly messages XRP Army. He goes, truce. Yeah, it's still there. It's still on the internet. So he's gone and sucked up to XRP. He's like, oh, actually, man, I'm sorry about what I said before. Can we be friends? Because we need to fight this stuff together, right? Literally, Chuck, but here's the funny part. Now that Chuck, okay, is seeing the SEC obviously look stupid. He's like, oh yeah, SEC stupid. Like, I'm the shining light armor here. The knight here running around the horse trying to save all the hoes out here. So everybody else is basically a criminal. So basically what he's saying is like, okay, SEC look like fools. He's got the tick. But then Interpol and all the other stuff, they're legit ones, which are obviously not, friends. It's worse than SEC. If you think SEC are clowns, then Interpol is like clown squared. That's where they make all the clowns. Also, this is funny. Whoever made this meme, Jackie as well. Richard, taxes paid, bitch. So they took like, I think maybe $4 million or whatever of these watches that were taken out here. And like, we got a message out. Finland government, bro, you don't own the blockchain. If you're in blockchain, you cucks. Your lactating man boobs, soy boy, policy arguments should be going and taken into court. Go argue with the other literally 196 countries out there about who owns a blockchain, how you filter whether a wallet is actually someone known by a key by someone else, and how you're going to classify it as income. I mean, good luck with that, okay? That's what they should be doing out here first instead of trying to harm this community. Now, friends, I actually have more breaking news as well. The country of Bhutan now has BNB and other digital assets in their strategic reserve. So the country, literally countries, friends, countries and their cities are buying shitcoins, which is amazing. They bought BNB Binance. I couldn't believe it. Like they're buying altcoins. This is wild. This is like, oh my God, it's all playing out. This is nuts, man. So congratulations, Bhutan, friends. Bhutan, I think they've been secretly mining Bitcoin. They got a lot of Bitcoin. A big percentage of their GDP is in Bitcoin. I think they're the largest owner of Bitcoin relative to GDP of the world. of their own GDP. So now they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So this is extremely shocking. Nations are now buying this. Look at this, the actual GMC Bhutan. Their Jellapu Mindfulness City pioneers adoption. Oh, just wow. Countries, cities, bro, they're buying altcoins, man. That's wild. Now, what do we do in the meantime? I guess you got to buy the dips or something. But look at this, man. Wow. PulseChain dips are free money 3.5 years later. We just have a beaten and bruised Wojak. I know, man, that's exactly what it feels like, right? But look, friends, isn't it wild, man, just to see that even after all of these, it just like all of it can be summarized by a monthly triangle chart, which is exactly what I've shown you here. Like here you have PLS. This is Pulse PLS, friends, still in the triangle wedge out here. And just to remind you, based off the past, I don't know if the past is going to repeat, man, but Hex did the best after Ethereum topped out. That Richard thought it topped out. Basically, retail mania was then. Okay, that's maybe Hex and PulseChain will do the best again like that. So they still go up. They match Ethereum. They just do a bit of a premium on Ethereum, and the real move happens after they think that the top is in. And you can basically also have some fun here. I've got a Hex Sol ratio, friends. So I'm not going to mention this guy's name, but there's a guy out here. I couldn't believe it. So I will just forward something. He thinks it's funny, like. Because Hex is down, he keeps calling everybody who talks about Hex he calls them a scammer, okay? Now, obviously, when you're short-term, when you're a TikTok generation brain rot mindset person on Solana, you think if a coin's down after 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, that it's a scam. And I mean, like I say this to you, okay? Would you put Vitalik in jail? Because that's what Bitcoin maxis say. ETH BTC is down 50% in 2 years. So Ethereum's lost 50% of its value against Bitcoin, and people in Bitcoin maxi land, they want to lock up Vitalik and stuff. So taking a snapshot 1, 2, or 3 years into the future and saying, oh, well, that's definitely wrong forever. That's obviously the worst thing an investor can do. You take that snapshot. And by the way, the bull market hasn't even played out yet. So I've actually got the P-Hex Sol ratio here. It's actually gone just sideways for 12 months since January 2024. Here we are right now. So, we'll see what happens in the next 12 months from here. If this continues to go up, you got to remember, it's so easy for Hex to move up compared to these. But I guess we just need Ethereum to get off its legs. That's all. Back to Charles and friends. Charles, friends. I had this funny picture. So this lady out, he's just uploaded this picture of Charles. POV, your coin pumped 98 off the minus 98% low. So I want you to know, right? This is pretty much what happens. Also, shout out to the Mog boys as well. Mog. I love this. This is an awesome picture. Thank you, Mr. Slime Whale. So when it comes to coins, if they're down after a period of time, okay, it's a meme. Oh, you're a scam. Yeah, it's a scam because it's gone down. Okay, but if it goes up, is it the future of finance? Yeah, that's what people feel. Okay, so is Fartcoin the future of finance? Okay, Fartcoin's up 20x and then Solana hasn't moved. Does that mean Fartcoin now makes Solana a scam? The token SOL, is it a complete scam? Well, it's just people throwing words into the air. What they're doing is everybody's flexing their position and they're just basically trying to sell you their own view and narrative, So yeah, here's the thing. I sell myself on the narrative of, I think things are cheap. Year 1, year 2, year 3, 4, I don't care, things are still cheap. Okay, so yes, I sell myself on that narrative. Other people think something's expensive. That's it. Everybody believes there's a price and they're going to decide, okay, do they think it's cheap or expensive or not? The whole market is always moving like that. But when I see constant FUD and the stuff that we're going through in PulseChain and everything else out here, I can't help but think, wow, this is extremely cheap, extremely cheap. Now, of course, I wish the prices were up higher. What can you do? I want to leave you with this last thing as well. Look at this, Mike Duda. So friends, FTX, the exchange in Alameda, they had a lot of ICO investments, but actually what happened was because of the liquidation and the government and the solvency, because they rushed the court stuff, they were forced to sell the bottoms of their ICOs on day one and basically pay off customers and basically give them USD value when Bitcoin was 16K. Wrong move. Wrong move. Look at this. The assets FTX owned are worth multiples of the bankruptcy price. Depositors and most creditors are screwed beyond belief. So, FTX and Alameda friends, like Soy Bankman-Fried, he had $200 million investments, $1 billion investments. They've grown 5, 6, 7x. They should have 7, 8 extra $1 billion. That if they just held the investments, the whole exchange is multiples wealthy. You know that? I'm not joking. They had multiple ICOs, different things that they invested in, all these projects. Yes, some of them hit big. He had this random AI stuff out here. And yeah, man, I'm not joking. Like I think Alameda, maybe they own like 10% of this one. They were owning, they're meant to have like an extra $6 billion. That's wild. But they got zero. They had to sell it for like, they had to sell it below the ICO price or something to somebody else. And they had to collect like $200 million. Something ridiculous. I'm just making up the numbers, but you get the point. I'm just showing you that all these governments, like corrupt Interpol, corrupt SEC, all of them forcing these moves, they're ruining the market, they're ruining investors, they're literally ruining it for everyone, okay? Because they're forcing projects and people and all these other people to dump at the lows, and they're removing the growth. You get to see what happens when governments intervene, okay? So shout out to Mike Dudas for reporting on this. That's why I even tagged corrupt Interpol and corrupt SEC as well. So forcing a sale of the bottom, thinking that, oh, this whole thing is corrupt, let's sell it right now because everybody got scammed. It's actually the wrong move. Don't forget, it loves you. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.